All right, so we are starting with the first 7 lines of chapter 13 in book 6 of Caesar's De Bello Gallico. Let's jump right in. In all Gaul, or throughout Gaul, there are two kinds or classes of those men, or those people, who are of any number and honor. Here Caesar is saying that there is a considerable number or amount of people coming from two classes that have significant status in Gaul. We can also take a look at that ablative starting with aliquo. It's just a descriptive ablative, or technically an ablative of manner that comes with this linking verb sunt. For the plebeians, or the common people, are had, and had here sounds a little odd, so contextually we can actually take this verb to mean treated. So for the common people are treated almost in the place of slaves, or simply as slaves. So this ablative here with loco is an ablative of respect or specification, both of which answer the question with respect to what. So the common people are treated with respect to the place of slaves, or most simply, they are treated like slaves. The common people who dare nothing through themselves, and they have been used or summoned to no counsel. Here, Caesar's really just saying that the common people lack distinction and really any political importance. Moving on, the greater part, or the majority, when they are pressed by either debt or by a magnitude of taxes, or by the injustice of the powerful, like powerful people, they give themselves into servitude to the nobles. And we can take a look at the construction aere alieno. Literally, it means foreign bronze or someone else's money, but we can take it simply as debt. Another interesting part to note is the injustice of the powerful. Gaul did not have an organized police force, public prosecutors, or a judicial system, so those with power could and did abuse it. And we do have a cum clause right after plerique. We can conclude that the majority of Gallic people gave in to serving the nobles because this seemed to be a better option than struggling with debt, taxes, and powerful men. Therefore, we can conclude that it is cum causal. And finally, for whom, now in the book notes, quibus here is actually a dative of possession, referring to the nobles, so we can translate it as for whom. The same rights in all respects, or all the same rights, are, and then we have a pud substituting in for in. We can take it as among, but actually, contextually, it fits best as over. So, for whom the same rights in all respects are over them being the common people, the plebeians, as masters are or have over slaves. Here Caesar is saying that when people commit to servitude under the nobles essentially have the same rights over them as masters would have over their slaves. And we also want to note in the relative clause at the very end, Caesar has ellipsed the verb sunt, which we can then supply. So that concludes the translation of the first 7 lines. And for themes, the most explicitly described theme in this section is probably the views of non-Romans. Caesar details the disparity in Gaul between the nobles and the common people by saying that the divide mimics that between slaves and their masters. Thus, we view the Gallic people as severely disunited, which does hold a negative connotation. In addition, debt was definitely a problem for Romans, so by mentioning the extremes to which the Gallic people go, being slavery, to avoid such monetary issues, Caesar suggests that the Romans have better financial situations than other people like the Gauls. And that concludes the first 7 lines.